Okay, we are here. What's up guys, it's Cryptic Boss here bringing you another Lost Ark video, and this one is so big because if you ever wanted to try Lost Ark, if you ever wanted to play Lost Ark, then this is the video you need to watch. So today what happened was we got our patch notes for the update that is about to drop tomorrow on November 16th. The big release of Reaper is upon us, but I thought that was the big news. However, I want to call this the new player update simply because there are tons of new changes in this patch notes that are able to help new players start Lost Ark and get to the end game faster than before and even catch up at a much faster rate. This video is going to be all about that, all the changes that are coming to the game from November 16th and are going to be permanent as well. I gotta be honest, I've been excited for Reaper for a long time. It is the sole reason I started playing Lost Ark, but after reading all these patch notes, I have to say that I am even more excited for the new players that are going to be joining Lost Ark after this video, simply because of the juiciest updates. And Lost Ark doesn't really hype it up, but I'm here to tell you why you need to start playing Lost Ark now. If you've ever been wondering, if you've ever been doubtful, wondering, oh, how far am I? It's gonna take me so long to catch up to the end game, do these raids, I'm gonna be gate kept and all that. You're no more. I am here. I am the helping hand you need. But before we get into the video, I gotta say that I stream every single day on Twitch, so check me out over there. I am going to be hosting a lot of learning parties. I have been hosting them for the past 2 weeks. It's been so fun. I have been seeing so many new players come from my YouTube all the way to my streams, and just, you know, loving Lost Ark and enjoying Lost Ark even more because of the experience they get as a new player in my streams. So if you want to be a part of that, if you want to be part of something wholesome, a growing community, then check me out over there. Now, why is this update so big? We have the Quest and Makoko challenge updates right here. This is the main thing I want to talk about. This is one of the biggest things that I want to start with. At the moment, you know, before November 16th, we've had this Makoko buff, you could say, right? So if you're a new player, you're gonna have this Makoko icon, which is like a sprout from Final Fantasy, right next to your name, and that indicates that you're a new player that just started playing Lost Ark. And what this buff does, it basically is going to stick with you till you hit 1370 eye level. You take less damage from bosses and you do more damage as well. So it's there to kind of help you not get one shot, just basically help you do more damage as well as take less damage, so you're a bit more comfy. You're learning the game, you're getting used to your skills. It's just a little comfy net for you to learn the game. However, starting November 16th, the Makoko challenge, or Makoko buff like I used to say, has been expanded to item level 1415. The new player buff, granted, has been adjusted. Under 1370, damage to monsters increased by 20%, damage received decreased by 40%. And then from 1370 to 1415 eye level, damage to monsters is increased by 10% and damage received decreased by 25%. This is so fat. You know, you are going to be so tanky, especially if you are going to be playing Reaper. You're gonna have a wonderful time just going from, you know, 1302 all the way to 1415, because let's be honest, Reaper is one of the most squishiest classes in the game, if not the most squishiest. And to have this Makoko buff as a new player while you're learning a new class such as Reaper or any other class is going to help you a lot. But that is not the biggest thing in this patch note. In fact, we also have the Procion's protection. I'm just gonna call it the proc protection. So what this does, this is a new feature added into the game starting November 16th, and basically this new system called proc protection or Procion's protection is going to help new players learn Legion raids. Legion raids such as Valton, we have Clown, aka Kakul Seidon, we also have Vicus. Now, this protection provides a buff, increasing damage dealt to monsters by 10% and reducing damage received by 20%. Players who have cleared the corresponding Legion raid 10 times or less per roster will get Proc's protection. Once a player has cleared all gates 11 times or more, information regarding Proc's protection will disappear from the Legion raid entry UI, and the buff will be removed. Proc's protection buff is available up to Vicus hard mode. Now, like I said, Legion raids are such as Valton, Vicus, Clown. However, this buff is going to only be effective until Vicus hard mode, which is 1460. So if you're going to do any raids after Vicus hard mode, such as Clown or Belshazzar, this is not going to be applied to your buff. Now, obviously, if you're above 1415, which is where the Makoko buff ends, you will be able to do Valton, let's say normal mode, hard mode, and Vicus normal and hard mode. So it's pretty self-explanatory that after that, you will not have your Makoko buff, but you will be having the Proc's protection. But this buff is so important because not only will it help learning parties, since all the newbies that are wanting to learn, they'll be a little tankier and they'll be doing some more damage compared to what they would be doing before this update. And this buff runs out once you've done a gate 11 times or more. That is a lot of time, a lot of clears for you to kind of understand the raid and get comfy with it. I think this is one of the best things Lost Ark has done, not only for the game, but for the community in general, especially for the new players that are going to be joining. Speaking of raids, let's move on to the Argos Abyss raid, which is pretty much the first kind of big raid you will be doing at 1370 and above. The Argos has a set of 3 gates, the first one being at 1370, gate 2 is 1385, and gate 3 is at 1400 eye level. However, the level requirement for the second and third gates of Argos has been decreased to 1370, which is equal to the first gate. The difficulty has also been adjusted accordingly. Once again, this is so good because I'm not a fan of the busing culture. I don't hate it. You know, I understand people need their gold and all that. When you're like a new player learning the game or getting into the game and you go to the party finder, all you see, like 50% or more, are just buses, carrying, AFK carry, all of that, and it kind of just puts you off. How are you supposed to learn the game if half the lobbies are buses and the other half are re-clears expert parties? So what this is gonna do is allow every single person to be able to join without being gate kept. In fact, what I'm going to be doing in the first couple of weeks or month of Reaper's release, I will make sure that I have at least 2 Reapers on each raid. So if it's Valtan, Vicus, or Argos, I want to make sure that each party 1 and party 2, has at least 1 Reaper so that new players, new Reapers can have a more comfy time. In fact, I am going to also be running a full Argos Reaper run with just 2 supports to make it a little more comfy. So if you want to be a part of that, let me know. Another thing are the Abyssal Dungeons. The recommended item level and the level requirement to matchmake into Oreha has been lowered from 1340 to 1325, which is equal to the first Abyssal Dungeon, the Ira's Oculus. This is also really good because you could just knock out both of them by just being 1325. I think it's an amazing change. All these changes in general are to help new player get familiar with the raid and not get gate kept. Now let's move on to honing. So when honing item level 1302 equipment from level 12 to 15, the base honing success rate has been increased to 30%. This simply means you will have a much better honing time and you will be tapping, because from increase to 30% is quite huge. You know, hitting your last hones from 14 or from 13 to 15 can take you a lot of time, especially if you're a new player. This will definitely help you and your alts. All these changes are permanent. This is not some sort of an event or some limited time offer. This is going to be in the game starting November 16th, which is why it's so important for, you know, this information to be out there to new players. I can't stress this enough. Like, this is so important to Lost Ark in general, because for players like me who have been there since day 1 and know the pain of honing the dead zones of 1370 till 1415, it was a nightmare. And for you guys to just start the game and be 1415 or even 1445 thanks to the new Hyper Express events, which by the way I made a video about that, so if you want to know everything about the upcoming events as well on November 16th, the Hyper Express event, the free Punica Power Pass, then make sure to check that video out. But all these updates, all these Mokoko buffs, the Procion's buff or protection, the honing buffs, the Express events, the Power Pass, the Southern Power Pass, I mean, it's so much good stuff. Like, I can't even put it into words. But if you are a new player, if you want some help, if you have any questions in general, if you are being gate kept, you want to run some raids, you want to learn some raids, I am your helping hand. Reach out to me in the comments, join my Discord, come over to my streams, and I would be more than happy to help you out and on this journey to just enjoying these amazing Lost Ark raids. The only reason I play this game is mainly because of the raids, the aesthetics, the fashion, all that good stuff, and just having a community in general. I'm so proud of each and every single one of the people that have joined me and my community, because I just love seeing people help each other. It makes the game more fun that way. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.